Ms. Sami Vecchiolla, who's going to talk to us a little bit about referrals.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Pasquale. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. I am going to share my screen. If Cameron would be so kind to stop sharing his sound. Let's see if that works. There we go. Okay. So today my presentation is all about how to productively get referrals from master networks. And this is one of my favorite presentations that I've done because it's not what everyone's thinking. It's a little bit easier than you think to get referrals productively from master networks. It's all about your approach. So today's training tidbit was absolutely perfect for this presentation. So I hope you guys get something out of it. I wanted to share 3 things that you probably didn't know about me. I am a distinguished Toastmaster, which Toastmasters is an organization that has been around since 1924, and they help people with public speaking and leadership skills. And only 1% of Toastmasters get their Distinguished Toastmaster Award. And I recently got it in July, I think, of 2019. Nice. So really, really excited about that. I also have a large nonprofit arm of my life where I give back a lot. And I'm actually going to put into the chat an event that I'm doing. So if you love beer and are local, I would love for you to come to my nonprofit event on April 7th, which is National Beer Day. And so funny, I didn't plan it, but it worked out perfectly. And it's to support the Child Care Council of Westchester, of which I'm on the board for. So I would really love support. I'll put that in the chat after. And then another thing you may not know about me is that I was a nanny for triplets. So I'm really good at wrangling people in the same way and having 3 different directions go at the same time and being able to manage it. So those are some 3 things you didn't know about me. I had the honor and privilege of joining Master Networks in the spring of 2016, right when I started in my business. I was about 7 or 8 months in. And I always had this mentality that I can do my business by working through other people and by referrals. And it just landed in my lap, which is amazing. And within a year, I was asked to be the chapter event coordinator because I love planning events. And then I met the lovely Tina Campbell, who is photographed here, who asked me to come to this leadership training because she wanted me to meet the CEO and founder, who then asked me the following week if I wanted to fly to Texas to go to a training to become an area director. And I never say no to opportunity. So I showed up in Texas, guns a-blazing, ready to go. Had my first huge pit barbecue situation I've ever had in my entire life, which was really awesome. But more importantly, I learned how to be the best area director for all of you. And now I would say I probably could write the script, right, Tina? So let's get into the nuts and bolts. I love working by referral, and I've done this for years. And what's most important is your presentation. So who are you looking to connect with? So in Master Networks, your audience is a bunch of professionals. So asking and being clear about who your ideal client is, but more importantly, who and identifying who your ideal connectors are and asking to meet them. In your sound bites, if you are, let's say you're Carlos Sakuri, he is a painter. A painter is somebody that goes into people's houses all the time. And they're giving quotes, and maybe they need, remediation because they have asbestos siding, or maybe they're looking to do all these different things. So he's always in front of people who are potentially looking to sell their home, potentially needing some remediation done. So Carlos is an ideal referral for a lot of people in this room. So having those ideal connectors in mind when you're doing your soundbite, when you're doing your presentation, being clear and asking about it is so important. So that's on you to be that good of a presenter. But more importantly, when you're in a networking group, it's best to be the provider. When you provide referrals to those people in your group or in other groups or just in general, they think of you. I'll give an example. Yesterday, I gave 2 referrals out to somebody that I hadn't talked to in probably 6 or 7 months. They came to my house in September and did some work, and I followed up with them. And I said, oh, I have someone that's looking to do the same kind of work. I'm giving your contact to these people. Maybe 3 hours later, they called me back saying, oh, I have a client for you. Actually, I just went to their property and they're looking for your service. And so I gave them your number and they called me, and I'm going there today for an appointment. So it's so important to be a provider, because I may have not connected with this person for 6 months and they may not have thought about me, but because I provided them with an opportunity, they felt the need to provide one back. So never go into it being, looking for opportunity, but going into it looking to be a provider, be the number one person that these people are indebted to. It's a great feeling to make someone's day, but even better when they feel the need to consistently provide you back with some support, whether that's referrals or maybe you're looking for something specific in your business that they can help with. So I know some of you may know that I am the tracking queen of master networks, but I didn't learn all those skills on my own. I was a provider for an insurance person in my chapter, and they asked me, how can I give back to you? And they gave back to me with training me on how to track my business. And I am eternally indebted to this person, but that's something that you can get out of these networking groups. So productively getting referrals, you have to be clear about your ideal client. You have to work through the members who are ideal connectors for you and asking to be connected with those people. And also have to be a provider. So those are the 3 key things in actively getting productive referrals in master networks. Does anyone have any questions?